Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making the video that I talked about in the first one that I was going to make. We're going to be making a very simple chocolate chip cookies, and everything that I make usually is all plant-based. I try my best to find all plant-based and I read the label. So everything I have here today is all plant-based and very simple chocolate chip cookies, perfect for the holidays. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, so we are going to start with 2 cups of flour. I really don't like measuring when I cook, but when it comes to baking, you know, you gotta measure everything out to get it to come out looking and tasting good. So that's the only time that I make an exception. So I have my 2 cups of flour in there, and I would use a teaspoon of baking soda and a pinch of baking powder, but I started using just a pinch of baking soda as well, and it's been turning out pretty great for me. So I'm gonna use about this much baking soda and this much baking powder. And I'm just gonna mix that together, and I'm gonna set that to the side. So I'll set that to the side, and in another bowl I'm gonna mix my sugars and my butter. Okay guys, so this here is I forgot to put it out, so it should be room temperature, but I did pop it in the oven for like what am I saying? I did pop it in the microwave for like 5 seconds, so they will be a little softer. That's why it's all gooey like that, 5-10 seconds. So while I have that, I'm gonna add my sugars. Where's my brown sugar? So I'm gonna add a cup of brown sugar, and make sure it is very lightly packed, and that's my 1 cup. And I'm also gonna add 1 cup of white sugar. Now that's a lot of sugar. And then you mix that together. I don't have a mixer. And you just mix it till it's even. And when we get to this part, I usually add a little bit of coconut milk. And I usually add a little bit of vanilla too. So if you have vanilla, you can add a splash of vanilla to it. See, very little coconut milk, and I mix that in there until everything is uniform. And once everything is mixed in here, I'm gonna transfer it into the bowl with the flour of the dry ingredients. And I didn't mention this before, but while you're getting everything together, make sure you're preheating your oven. And I'm preheating mine to 360. And once it's in the oven, I'm gonna let it bake for about 20 to 30 minutes, you know, checking on it. Maybe 25 minutes, but you know, just keep an eye on it at the 20-minute mark. Make sure it's all good. So once everything is in there, then you mix these two together until it's uniform though. So now that's my oven. So make sure you just keep mixing it, and then after you know it's all unified, you add your chocolate chips in there. And this is all up to you. This is chocolate chips that I got from Giant, and it was pretty cheap. It's semi-sweet chocolate chips, and I make sure to read the God, I cannot talk. Make sure to read the ingredients, and make sure that it doesn't have any animal byproduct in it. It doesn't have any milk in it, I should say. You just add as much as you want to. Just keep adding. I usually get dark chocolate chips because those usually are most of them are milk free. I make sure to read the label as well. The ones that I've gotten, they're usually milk free. So you mix that in there. Add just a little bit more. Make it a little bit chocolatey. And if you haven't noticed, I love chocolate. So once it's all, you know, mixed in there, I like using my ice cream scooper. So this is what I typically do, and I don't care what anyone says because this is what I've been doing for the longest time. So I take my baking sheet and I put tinfoil on top of it, and I take my ice cream scooper and I just like scoop a little bit, and that's what I use to get my chocolate chip sizes. See? And that keeps it round, you know. Now don't wander off, and make sure you separate them so that they don't rise and stick together, you know. Since I made these small, I'm gonna put them in there for like 20 minutes, and I'll check on them in like 10 and see how they're doing, you know. Let me fix that real quick. I don't know if I said this in the beginning, make sure you wash your hands before you start cooking every time. I know it's common sense, but you know. These little tiny babies. Oh, look at those 3 little chocolate chips. Okay, I'm gonna put these in there also, and I will check back in with you guys when these are done baking. I'm gonna set the timer for 20 minutes, and I'll be back in 20 minutes. I'm gonna go watch The Office while these bake. Okay guys, so they're done. I let them cool for a little bit, and now they're on the plate. This is our Christmas plates, and they look so good. It is so soft. And it's really good and chocolatey. So there you go, guys. I'm sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. So there you go. If you want to try and make it, it's very simple. No eggs. So this is the kind of butter that you can actually eat without getting sick. So I am so sorry. This is the kind of butter that you can eat without getting sick, but I do not advise that you do. Here you go. And next time I'm going to be making shortbread cookies, and I haven't made those before, so I am pretty excited. So see you next video.